All right, hey guys, welcome back. We're here at Hamilton Farms on the par 3 course here with Nick Bova, good friend of mine. We played golf a couple years ago and kept in touch, and I've learned a lot. And we just got done doing a really cool clinic for the members here. And the unique thing about this golf course is the par 3, the full course is beautiful. The par 3 course is ridiculously hard.
It's insanely good.
It's bent. It's tight, it's soft, really puts your golf to the test.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is it true that, and we can edit any of this out,
Yeah.
Is it true that Tiger's never broken par?
To my knowledge, it is true. Tiger was here in 2001 and played 9 times and never broke par.
So, you heard it. He's
That's
played here 9 times and he's never broke par.
yeah.
I got a chance to go out yesterday afternoon with a couple of the members and we whipped around, and it's like a real par 3 course. When I think of a par 3 course, I'm thinking like a pitch and putt's kind of fun.
Yeah.
You know, grab a couple cocktails, couple wedges.
Yeah.
This golf course, you need 12 clubs.
You need 'em all. Yeah. I mean, it's the only USGA rated par 3 in the United States, and we've got 4 par 3s that are over 230.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's pretty
I'm a big par 3 course guy. So, you know, if you go, hey, we got a good short game area, that's cool. But you know what really attracts me? I'll fly anywhere. If you say, hey, we got a great par 3 course, I'm on a flight. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
I know it sounds weird. Let me know in the comments below if you know of a great par 3 course. I'll fly out there. Maybe I'll bring Nick with me.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And we could have some fun. Okay, so a lot of times when I'm faced with a shot like this and talking to amateurs, you know, they're trying to hit that like perfect spinner, thinking like if I can take the 60 and hit it better, I'll get better results. But you know, it's like I disagree with that approach. I think the best players in the world can hit the shot, but they wouldn't. That's the difference, is they wouldn't hit the shot. They would hit more of a shot where they would run it 8 iron, 9 iron, a hooded pitching wedge. They would putt it, hybrids. You know, what are some of the things that you're thinking about in competition when you're playing? If you hit your tee shot here and you've got this shot, what's going through your mind?
So from this position here where I'm short of it, I've got a false front to a hole location that's close to the edge. I'm trying to get that ball on the ground as fast as possible and letting it run up the hill, right? So I had mentioned before that, you know, I saw something with Tom Watson talking about how the reason why he was so successful at the Open Championship was because he hit a lot of these shots where he was trying to get the ball to land at the base of the hill and then run up the hill onto the green. And that allowed him to take out any of the, say, unnecessary risk of trying to hit a wedge, trying to hit a high wedge, or landing it in the hill. Because when you land it in the hill, you're not able to predict exactly what's going to happen
Right.
when that happens.
Right.
When you hit that shot, you know. So landing it at the base of that hill and letting it chase all the way up to the green and then onto the, you know, putting surface and towards the hole. That's your best bet at being successful on a shot like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you know, these little things that like Tom Watson says about why he was successful at the Open, or you know, I remember Payne Stewart was talking about like when he went around Olympic Club of like how he approached the U.S. Open and the golf tournament. It's very simple. It's like a simple idea. It's not very fancy.
No.
I remember Payne Stewart talking about like in his yardage book, he'd take a red marker and just put big X's of like everywhere you absolutely can't hit it. And he avoided that. And he was really diligent about those ideas. Now, the point I'm trying to make is it's not about being perfect. It's about being unperfect.
Yeah.
So you can predict what can happen. One of the things that we talked about with a lot of the members and the amateurs that I work with is when you have a difficult shot like this, where it's like the ball's right on the plateau and the ball can roll down, what if you approach this shot, to this exact shot, where you did not know where the pin was? If you had to get the ball in an area you know you can hit, and you go, okay, well, like I can putt to every section of the green. Now they go, well, that doesn't make sense. You know, what if the green's really big? Well, if the green's big and flat, you'd aim at the pin. Yeah. We're not talking about a big flat green. We're talking about a false front, a plateau, and say, where would you hit this? And, you know, going back to your point, if you're going to miss, this golf ball would be more towards the middle of the green, right?
100%.
And what's that shot? So what club are you picking?
So I've got an 8-iron here. So when I'm going through this, right, I know that I'm going to set up with it with ball back in stance. I'm going to set up with my handle. I'm going to set up with my handle really high, a little bit further forward, so I'm taking some of that loft off.
Yep.
I want to hit a club that I know I'm going to be able to carry to the base of the hill.
Yep.
But it's going to have, say, enough juice to get up the hill, onto the green, and onto the surface up next to the hole.
Right.
Right. So I also have clubs that I'm a little bit more comfortable doing this with, right? So I kind of go 8-iron, 9-iron pitching wedge on this type of a shot.
I like it.
I don't really run into the 6-5-4s just because I think you're not able to get the ball up into the sky enough, so it kind of messes with our brain a little bit.
Sure.
Right. So it's all about kind of visualizing the landing spot, visualizing the trajectory you need to get it to go there. And then how hard do you need to hit it to be able to get it to run up that slope?
Right. And you know, like one of the common things that I run into when we're talking about difficult shots, like tournament play, difficult shots, is I see too many amateurs land the ball, and I'm going to walk up here and point. This part is very steep, very grainy, and too many amateurs use that hill to slow the ball down. The ball's coming in too steep into that hill. So, I mean, I feel like that's the hardest shot possible, but they're like, oh, how do I stop this ball? Well, you know.
It's not really about trying to stop it.
Right.
It's about trying to get it rolling enough to get it
up over the hill, kind of past it. Landing that ball too high, too steep into that hill is the worst way you can approach this. And another thing is, I see a lot of amateurs will go like a sand wedge or a lob wedge kind of back and then try to hit it low. And you get steep, you create too much spin, and it just kind of hits and stops. And it's like, you know, 8-iron. You don't have to do any of that. You just need to kind of control the speed of the shot. Okay, Nick, so like let's talk a little bit about your technique to the 8-iron. We're talking about like kind of bumping it up there with the 8-iron. We talked about the approach of I don't like to see the golf ball land on the steepest part of the hill. And you saying, you know, Tom Watson, land the ball at the base of the hill.
Yep.
And let it trek up the hill.
Yes.
You know, I think, again, I think the fundamental approach to how you're going to think about the shot is the most important. So let's get into the mechanics of it. You've got 8-iron.
Yep. So if I'm going to play this shot, I am going to try to make sure that I get closer to it. I'm going to get my handle really high, so I'm trying to get the toe more down into the ground with the heel off of the ground. Okay, most of the players that I see that struggle with this, they're too far away from it, their hands are too low, and then they can't actually make solid contact because too much of the heel is exposed to the ground, right? So by getting in close to it, that kind of prevents me from getting the hands real low. So my hands have to get real high. Okay, I'm going to play it back in my stance. I'm going to play it back in my stance with my hands forward to make sure that ball comes out low. And I'm essentially probably about half the time, almost 50% of the time, I'm taking a putting grip. If it's a longer shot, I'm going to do my normal grip, right? So let's say I'm going from here, say to the back edge of the green. I'd probably do like my normal grip.
Normal grip, yeah.
But here, like this, I'm going to do my putting grip just to feel like I give myself a little bit more touch with the club in my hand as I'm trying to hit this shot.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Right. So then once I get set into it, okay, I've got the spot at the base of the hill where I want it to land. I'm going to take two or three practice strokes to go ahead and give me a good feel of how hard I need to hit it. And I'm kind of looking at that spot as I do it.
Right.
I think that's really important. Looking at the spot that you're trying to land it on.
Right.
Okay, and pinpointing the smallest, piece of grass or little imperfection that you can find,
Right.
and then make your practice swings to that. Because then once you actually hit the shot, it's just replicating what you just did.
Sure,
You know, you've already done it.
Yeah, let's see you hit one. Oh. Okay, guys, that is a really, really good shot. I'm going to go in and hit one next, and I don't know if I have that touch to do that. But, you know, one of the questions I get asked, like everyone's asking for a formula, like, does it have to be the 8 iron? Does it have to be the 9 iron? And to me, it's like the wrong question. What to learn from what we're discussing is the approach. And this is one way to approach it. You can approach this with a hybrid, a 5 iron. You can approach it with a pitching wedge. Those are minor details. What's really important is trying to get the ball to land on the base of the hill. Having a technique where you can advance the ball forward. You know, I get asked all the time, like, do you ever do the putting grip? And I have to think about it, because for me, I don't go, okay, this is a putting grip shot. I get up there, and it feels a little bit more putting grip-like.
Mm-hmm.
And I do it. And then, like, to your point, when you said longer, you need a little more leverage, you'll do a regular grip. Like, why do you do the regular grip? At what distance? And it's like, it's not what distance. It's not like at 22 yards I do this. It's a little bit more like, you know what? I feel like I need a little extra. I'm going to do the regular grip. I'm going to get in here and try to hit one.
Yep.
Ooh, look at this, guys.
Deep into the ring.
All right. I'm not going to give myself a perfect lie. I'll put it down a little bit. I'm going 8 iron too. We go ball back and feel base.
Pretty good.
So my ball rolled about 15 feet long, and in a golf tournament, I would take that all day long. And the reason why is that's the play. It's almost like if you hit it really, really close on this one, you've erred on the short side. Mm-hmm. As long as you don't err shorter than that, you're good. But most likely, where my initial target for me is past the pin, because I don't want it to roll back down the hill. So the key points today, just understanding it's not just the mechanics. That's actually kind of the small part of it. The big part is don't take the most lofted club and try to hit it perfect. It's too difficult. Understand, respect the golf course. You know, you got to know,
Yeah.
Tiger Woods has never broken par here. There's a reason for that. These shots like this, they're difficult. But thanks for watching this video. I can't wait to see you guys on the next one. Thank you, Nick, for having me.
Yeah, thank you, James, for being here.
It's been a lot of fun.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, bro.
Appreciate it.